Hey, it's Ricardo and welcome to a video I'm doing on alternative games to Elite Dangerous. As we're all waiting for Chapter 4 to drop for Elite Dangerous, a lot of people have been saying, hey, you've been playing different games, you traitor, what are you doing? Well, sometimes an all-absorbing game like Elite Dangerous, right, will cause you to neglect or not even look outside of the box of what else is going on in the gaming area. The gaming industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry and new games are coming out all the time, whether they be completely new ideas or whether they be games that build on a franchise and follow a series. So this video, I thought I'd get together some of the games that I'm playing, talk a little bit about them, look at the games that are coming that I'm quite excited about, and sort of take it from there. So I hope you enjoy it, bear with me, and let me know in the comments if any of these games here are piquing your interest. Yes folks, it's Elite Dangerous. Now, we're currently on the Beyond chapter with Chapter 4 on its way any day now. We've also had the Commanders, we've had Horizons, and whatnot. And the game has evolved a hell of a lot since its original Kickstarter. It is an open world game, or open galaxy game, shall we say. It's not really a sandbox. You can't build anything, at least not yet. You can traverse the galaxy and upgrade your ships and trade. You can upgrade your ships in the form of weapons and get them upgraded by engineers. You can make more money and buy more ships. You can fly around and do quests and missions. You can be attacked by Thargoids, you can attack Thargoids. You can go to galaxy sites that have been claimed by the Guardians and claim Guardian tech to have additional technology for your ships. Elite Dangerous has got a long history within the computer community, coming up back in the 80s on the BBC Micro, and then the ZX Spectrum, and then the 16-bit computers like the Amiga and Atari, and then into iterations within the PC, and then hitting the consoles with the PlayStation 4, Xbox, and then the PC version as well, as you can see here. Graphically stunning, lots of content inside it, although a lot of people deem that there should be more content, and that's a current thing with developers that is currently going on. But Elite Dangerous is a staple game, and I love it. Right, well, it's not out yet. X4 Foundations is the 4th iteration in the X series of games. Now, this is a single-player game, so unlike Elite Dangerous, although it does share some similarities and is being deemed as how the player community for Elite would like Elite Dangerous to be, single player. You've got the ability to fly every ship in the game. You start off with a ship, you can enhance that ship, you can upgrade it, you can start trading, making money, then you can go and buy more ships. You have the ability to use capital ships as well. Graphically, so stunning. I was really surprised by this. The team also boasts, who created this, and it's due out for November 2018, that there's no loading times in between sections, especially during space travel. The capital ship option, you can send your ships off on a war to go and fight a war for you. I suppose a little bit like what's happening with No Man's Sky and their capital ships. You can walk around space stations, interact with alien species. You've also got the opportunity as well to get involved in politics. Oh, how boring is that going to be? You just don't know, do you, until we actually get our hands on the game. And this footage here has been released by the developers and put on YouTube, and this is what we're seeing. I haven't played it yet. I've pre-ordered it on Steam, and when it comes out, November the 20th, 27th-ish, I'll be taking the day off work and I will be having a good old blast of this. I do like a little bit of space action and space combat, which some of you may think, well, okay, he's into Elite Dangerous, he's also into X4, no surprise there, it's all going to be about floating around in space. He's a righto space fanboy. I suppose I am really, but we're just going to have to wait and see. Graphically stunning, I think, it's making the most of all the upgrading technologies in graphics cards these days, and I can't wait for this to happen and it to be released. Now, don't worry if you haven't played any of the other X series games. I haven't, and they perfectly say within this video that you don't need to have played any other of the games to get into things. It stands alone in its own right. So that was X4 Foundations. Let's change up a gear. What have we got next? Yep, it's Subnautica. Survival, sandbox game. You can create things, you can do the missions, you can do whatever you want to do. The idea is that you're on a spaceship, you get hit by some sort of catastrophe, you crash down to a mainly water-based planet, where you have to survive given the basic materials. You then have to go and collect more materials, craft additional items, find additional blueprints. But hey, look at the colour palette. It's completely different to what you've seen in the previous two games. And some say, oh look, the space fanboy has now gone underwater. It's the same. No, do you know what? It's great. It is a refreshing game. I don't mean it's all in water. But you get that feeling of, of exploration on a planet. Things are familiar, but alien to being under the water. If any of you have gone scuba diving, you'll find the effects of the water and the jumping in and out of the water very familiar. Building bases, you can be as creative as you want with these bases. Unlocking new blueprints with a scanner and your build tool. You can craft additional means of transport, whether that be handheld propulsion devices, mini submarines, or great big honking submarines like I've got here. Subnautica for me is a really good game. It's really refreshing to the eye. It's easy to play, it's fluid, I don't mean that by water, but it runs really well. It's available on Xbox and PC along with PS4, although the consoles it's still in development. For those of you who are running things on Steam and have got a Steam controller, I found this works really well and translates really well to a larger screen television as well. Really, really good. I've really enjoyed my time within Subnautica. There is a mission you can go ahead and complete. A lot of people choose some of the survival mode or whether the open sandbox mode to start creating things, and that's where they get their involvement and their fun out of the game. Personally, I think it's great. A good refresh from getting the old lasers out and flying around in a ship. Yes, you're floating around in a boat or a sea or what have you, but hey, who cares? Now, it's not all about being under the sea. You have got planets and land masses to explore, and we'll cover that in more Subnautica videos as well. DLC is inbound, putting you under the ice. Yep, it's No Man's Sky next. Now, I've had this for a while. Haven't really bothered playing an awful lot of it, till the next iteration came down, which was recently. And they've done an awful lot of enhancements. Hello Games are updating this on a weekly basis, whether that be graphics updates with a recent tessellation update for PC, which had to be implemented via altering text files in the code of the game prior to this update coming up. But there's been an awful lot of fixes and additions. When it was initially released, the 1.5 update, everyone thought this is the game we actually wanted in the first place. This is fantastic. You can get different ships, you can trade, you can craft, you can farm, you can walk around on planets, you can walk around on space stations, you can follow the story mode if you want to, or you can just build your base and amass as much of a personal fortune as you want. You have the ability to have capital ships, the ability to build fleets and send them off on missions. You can go trolleying around landscapes in exocraft, whether they be motorcycles, type of affair, or 4-wheel, 6-wheel drive exocraft that are included in the game. And also you've got your ship as well. The story is there if you want to, and it'll give you little nudges here and there if you want to follow it, but it's not necessarily a drastic part of the game. You can choose to ignore it and build a whopping great big base to impress your friends. Now this is multiplayer, whereas Subnautica wasn't, and that's fine. But if you're using it on platforms like GOG.com, Good Old Games, and at the moment, multiplayer is not available. But on Steam and other formats, multiplayer your little hearts out. So there you go everyone, that's my games that I'm currently playing at the moment and some alternatives to Elite Dangerous while we wait for Chapter 4 and other chapters to come with us. Who knows what it'll be, it's meant to be an awful lot of content. Subnautica is a great game, all these games are available on Steam apart from X4 because that's due to come out in November of this year. But like I say, when it is, I'll be giving it a good old playing to death. So do me a favour if you haven't already done so, click that like and subscribe and also that notification icon and that'll let you know when I'm putting more videos of these games and more on YouTube. Thanks very much as always for you watching and your attention and your continued support. See you soon.